What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classic Climb blog asking, will you be in survival mode this year or thriving? I don't know. I plan on kicking butt. I hope you are too. But let's chop over some of those beautiful numbers. Because again, remember on this show, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie, baby. So listen, if you don't know who I am, I'm the author of the Smartphone Millionaire book, How to Invest in People, Businesses, and Real Estate from the palm of your hand. You can grab this on Amazon. You can always grab it in my links below. Listen, some of y'all need to recalibrate. You're at home, you're hollering at your kids, you're not acting right. Get you this gratitude journal. Help you get more grateful this year because we know some of y'all really, really need it. All right, so listen, let's hit these beautiful numbers. Thank you, Royston Gibbs, for the $15 super chat. Now I'm gonna go ahead and knock it out. A lot of times you're on YouTube and you hear people talking about numbers and people, and I want to always go back to what is your personal economy, right? People worried about who's in the White House, what's going on in your house is what I care about on this show. Because 9 times out of 10, people can do better. Now, earlier today, I went and saw a movie, and it was completely what I was thinking about. You form your reality, but Arch Enemy, check it out. It's good, a little long, but good. Right amount of time. And I did some training today with some of our Middleman to Millions course, and we were trying to figure out how much should we pay people, and we start looking at these numbers, and I'm like, that's all people coming to work for. Woo! I start my own thing, but again, that's my personal economy. That's where I'm coming from. If I'm going to work that hard, I might as well do my own thing, you know. A lot of times people say, well, Erica, what about franchises? Can you do more videos on franchises? No, I'm not the YouTube channel do on franchises. You know why? 90% of the time, these franchises are taking 7 to 8% off the top. I'm sorry. You better have the most amazing marketing in the world to take 7 to 8% off top. Now, many people say, well, Erica, you're learning a system. You're learning a system. 9 times out of 10, many of y'all work at an office where y'all already are in a system and could write down your daily task and turn around and create the same company. Just all matters if you're paying attention. Now, here's some numbers I'd love to bring up. Now, many people say, Erica, Grant Cardone says, the rich people ain't buying their houses. They're just living and moving and traveling the world. And, all the young kids say, I'm never buying a house. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the Mortgage Bankers Association. Because sometimes y'all think I'm making these numbers up, but these are real numbers. 60% increase of applications for homes over $766,000. Now, I've shown y'all $700,000 houses in Texas, which are mansions. I've shown you $700,000 houses in Florida, which are big boy houses. Shown you houses in Georgia that are $700,000, big boy houses. 60% increase in people applying for those mortgages and qualifying for those houses. On the flip side, $150,000 to $300,000 houses, only a 13% increase, right? So you see all these people moving and shaking, and the first thing out of somebody's mouth is, oh, if they leave in New York, they a bum. If they leave in California, they broke. Clearly not. Somebody's got money to buy these really big houses in these different marketplaces. So it tells you something. It's not always the guy or girl who doesn't have any money who's leaving your city or state. You're getting a brain drain is what it's called. When your best and your brightest leaves. I don't know if anybody here is from Panama or ever met anybody from Panama. In the 1990s, the 2000s, a little bit 1980s, dark-skinned Panamanians that look like me, and lighter-skinned Panamanians, right? A lot of the doctors, lawyers, teachers, when America decided to bounce out, they opened the door. You guys want to come to America? We're going to give X amount of visas. You can come on through. They had a massive brain drain that they've never recovered from. Now, you have all these people going down to Panama, these digital nomads and coming down there because it's great tax write-offs, but also because of the fact some of those areas have suffered from a brain drain. Their best and their brightest picked it up and went to America like, deuce, I'm out. And that's why when I was going to high school, you met all these kids that look just like you, same color, complexion as you, and like, no, I'm Panamanian. You're like, what does that mean? Right? And so you learned a lot via military and via high school. Now, another thing that might play into these houses that are all these people getting these $800,000 houses, well, you had 110,000 restaurant closings around the nation. Now, I'm going to say this because I know it's not popular, but to this day, I will go on Yelp and it will say places are closed. I will drive by the restaurant and it is wide open. I mentioned to them that they are closed on Yelp. I've been to 3 different bars now, downtown, Haymakers, Allen Vicks, and a couple other places, and said, hey, this Yelp says you're closed. Google says you're closed. I know. They want us to pay money. They all say the same thing. Google and Yelp keeps, calling, trying to get advertising money out of us, and they won't even update if we're open. So yes, it says 110,000 restaurants closed in 2020, but I'm having a hard time believing that because just with my own eyes and just even in conversations and also online, restaurants are all complaining of the same thing. They open back up, but they don't want to use DoorDash. They don't want to use these Uber apps. And so these apps are saying they're closed as a way to get money out of them. So this is happening. So you gotta watch out, and you go check that number out at the National Restaurant Association. I know a lot of you are like, Erica, you throwing out numbers, but I don't know. Definitely go check out the National Restaurant Association and the Mortgage Bankers Association. Are you gonna say, Erica, where can I find this information so I can check what you're saying? Because I just don't believe what you're saying. And that's okay. Listen, I'm not here to make you a believer. I'm just here showing you the numbers and the facts. Boom. Ba-boom. Check out Mortgage Bankers Association. You can get a lot of great information on there. They can't hide the numbers from you because that's illegal. All right. So again, check out a lot of this stuff. Talking about home prices, talking about people taking equity out of their houses, talking about appraisals. Okay. You got to find out what's going on here. Okay. Make sure you guys are reading some of this stuff. Okay. 2007 to 2010, they call it the downturn, the slow start towards recovery. All right. So they call 2010 to 2013 the disappointing weak recovery. And the 2013 to 2016, the rich get richer. Do you see how they just framed those years? They didn't say we had a slow 8-9 years of recovery. They said, we got this and we got a little bit of that, and the rich get richer. Quickly hopping over that. Again, you can go in here and see commercial multifamily mortgages. Delinquency rates continue to vary by property type and capital sources. What does this mean? When I told y'all about Grant Cardone and a lot of these people in these apartment complexes are getting hit over the head. Many of you are mentioning in the comments about Las Vegas. This is correct. Las Vegas has extended the moratorium on apartments till March. Now, here's my thoughts on this. Las Vegas is probably hoping a lot of California folks escape to California and come over and pop up a tent right there in Las Vegas and bring their money with them. Why? Because that would be wonderful, right? It'd be wonderful. And again, you got to dig through the numbers of what's being said here. And somebody's going to say, well, when was this posted? December 10th, 2020, because some of you are going to be like, are those new numbers? Are those old numbers? We've gone over this. You just don't like the data because it doesn't meet your reality of your personal economy. Again, same thing we say about marriage stats and marriage divorces being at all-time lows and people working together, and people are like, oh, nah, man, that's not true. Out in these streets, you're not even out in these streets, sir. You are on the internets every night in the same channels. You're not in these streets, so stop it. Stop claiming you in these streets, okay? You're not. You ain't talking to women. You ain't calling women. You on these internets. I see you every night. Stop it, okay? So now I'm going to go here. You can see with the graph, I don't know if this graph is big enough or not. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Put in the chat a 1 if you can see this graph. Let me know if y'all can see this graph. So anyway, 94% of outstanding loan balances were current. Let's be very clear. 94%. Remember they tell you everybody not paying their rent? All these landlords are going down. Oh, Lord, they're going down. 94% of people are current with their loans on commercial and multifamily, right? So every time you turn on the news, oh, man, these commercial properties, they're going to crash. These multifamilies, they're going to crash. Yes, there are somewhat 30-day backlogs in the data, but this is April through November 2020. Again, don't let people out here tell you numbers if they not going to back it up, because I don't like that, honey. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Somebody said the graph is too small. What if we make the page bigger? Boom, boom. What about that? What about that? Is that bigger? Put up one in the comment if it's bigger so I can know. Do you like it bigger? I heard some of you do. Oh, some of y'all like big pickles. I don't know. Anyway, let me get back on what I was saying. Okay. 94% of outstanding loan balances were current. All right. Everybody out here telling you, oh, it's going down. Oh, everything is falling. The commercial's falling. Everything's bad. Again, I'm showing you the numbers. 94% of people loans are on time. Okay. They done paid their bills. There's no problems. Now, 3.5% were 90 days delinquent or in repossession, unchanged from a month ago. Less than 1% of 4, like less than 0.5%, were 60 to 90 days delinquent. Again, 1% were less than 30 days delinquent. So again, people are sitting here telling you everybody's losing their t-shirt, Erica. It's just not true. Okay. So again, here's first one is office, lots of green. All right. You got here retail. Retail's all over the place. You got a lot of 90 days. You got students and senior housing. Seniors are just fine. They on time. Bills on time. Student housing getting a little funky. Apartments, a lot of green. Good to go. Okay. So again, you need to when somebody try to tell you something, you got to look at it. Okay. You got to double check what they're talking about. Okay. All right. So again, same thing. Loans backed by lodging and retail continue to see the greatest stress. So what does that mean? Hotels and retail. Hotel and retail. Multifamily, pretty good, unchanged. So again, go through some of these things and check these things out. Don't let somebody tell you something and you over there yes manning it every 2 minutes and you don't go read for yourself. I mean, don't do yourself a disservice like that. Go read for yourself. Reading is important. A lot of y'all out here requoting. Listen to this. Lending, investing, servicing. I'm going to be trying to go to that conference. I'm going to just tell you right now. February 3rd through 4th. It's live, but still, I'm going to try to make time in my day because y'all be missing all the gems. They be dropping about what's going on here. All right. So again, you can go in here and check a lot of this out for yourself. Don't believe me. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. A lot of the data is here for you. All right. Again, mortgage applications just started to decrease December 9th. Why do you think that is? I'm just going to say they went down 1%. But a lot of the people who was packing up and leaving Las Vegas and packing up and leaving California and packing up and leaving New York, they done put them mortgages in early this summer. They done put them in. They done put them in and they not playing. Okay. All right. Let's go back over here. Housing Wire. HousingWire.com. A lot of you are sitting here like, Erica, where you get your data from? HousingWire.com, another place. First-time home buyers. Fueling hot Des Moines, Iowa. Housing market. Okay? People are like, who are these people? Home sales in October scored 34% compared to last year, with 1,547 sold properties compared to 1,150. Now, where do you think these people are coming from? Because the average new construction home in Des Moines is 250 to 300,000. Where do you think these people coming from going to Iowa? Come on now. California. They getting out of Dodge, baby. It says not only are homeowners leaving big cities for more space, she says she's helped a lot of locals too. And you know why locals are rushing to buy a house? Because so many people are moving to their city. So now they got to rush and buy a house before they don't get no house. Trust me. Let me see where the other one is. Trying to see what happened. The other one I want to show y'all. Oh, okay. Here it is. This one. This is a good one. Why 28% of mortgage applications never close the loan? Right? So that means they done got approved. They done got all the dot. They done went and saw the place. They out there getting excited. Okay. Lenders are everywhere. And here it goes. I have a refinance clients in California and they own a geo-domestic dome home. They're nearly impossible to finance, thus not worth my team's time. We can't be chasing rabbits all over the park right now. Now, what did he just say there? He just basically said, we don't care about them. And this is why I always tell y'all, go to a smaller place, because they have a cookie cutter for what they want to close on. So they wouldn't refinance these people, okay? Now, Geodome owner was among the tens of thousands of mortgage applications that didn't end up getting funded in the third quarter. That means 28% of people were trying to move, trying to get applications in, and we're not getting them done. Now, again, it's saying something about over the past week, Housing Wire reached out to loan officers and mortgage executives across America to drill down specifics on why borrowers were not making it to the finish line. After all, the average FICO credit score today is around 750. Mortgage rates are low. What happened is what they're saying. Now, I'm going to tell you already, remember we were talking about apartments here on the channel, and I showed y'all where the average renter is at 650 credit score. Average is at 650. So if you're renting houses, don't get crazy, because the average renter is at a 650. Because people be like, oh, I'm looking for perfect credit scores. For what? If they were a renter, they go buy a house. Okay. Now, part of why I'm bringing this up today is when we were in class training today, I was showing them a lot of people were getting paid 18 to 20 bucks an hour. And we were just shocked. We're going through career after career, location after location, job description after job description. And it was a lot of 18 to 25 an hour. Now, I was doing the math and I said, man, these people could market themselves and get 50 to 100 an hour. But that's just it. We're in a society where people are trained to get a W-2. No matter what, the safety and security of the W-2 is better than the unsecurity, the unsafe of going outside of that range. So we're sitting here and I bring on Kamoy, I bring on several people talking about $45 to $90 an hour jobs, and people complain. It just shows me that people really don't want to change. They want to complain about changing, but they don't really want to change because the change is easier than they think. Now look, I'm gonna go through some of y'all comments in here. There's a lot I could go over, but at the end of the day, there's some other numbers I wanted to do, but I want you to understand that next year it's gonna get rough for some folks, but it's choice at this point. You have a choice. You have a choice right now. A lot of y'all gonna be surprised January, February, March when them tax refunds are not gonna be what you think they're gonna be. And so I want you to brace yourself, because you're gonna have some people upset. They're gonna be looking for these donation bills, and they ain't coming. If you ain't learned nothing in the past 4 years, baby, you are on your own. And again, I saw 4 or 5 new master build communities, and I started laughing because I'm like, that's all they're gonna build is master build communities where you don't go. So anyway, going over here. Louis Lemons, the crazy part about you guys being limited capacity for that long, Grant Cardone always does his 10X in Las Vegas, and he is not being able to do it. So I think he's trying to fight to get it through. And March 31st ain't gonna do nothing for people. You know why I'm gonna say this? By March, you're gonna figure out you didn't get no good taxes. That's what a lot of people, instead of them $7,000-$8,000 tax returns. Yeah. I can tell y'all right now, when 70 million people apply for unemployment, when really we didn't even have that many people working, some people were trying to slide under the radar, see if they could get something. And several people have said that. Nope, nobody know. Who do I think will get some of these vaccines first? Someone asked me that in the community chat. Unfortunately, our military, I have military friends who are like, because they always get the flu shots. To this day, my mom, who were like, you're not in the military anymore. You don't have to get the flu shot. She just does it out of habit. And we're sitting here looking at her like she's a crazy person. Like, what are you doing? You don't have to do that. And unfortunately, the military will be first. Healthcare workers, nurses. Again, last year, a lot of nurses quit their jobs because 2019, they basically said, take the flu shot or you go home. And a lot of nurses called their bluff and went home. And then guess what happened? They had to beg them to come back. Please come back. Please come back, nurse, because they realized you don't have that kind of clout with medical personnel. You just don't. You don't have it. They have a skill that we need. Truckers may unfortunately get in that. I'm not certain. It just depends on a certain type of trucker, certain type of areas, certain company drivers, unfortunately. Some companies may pass it. But I can tell you right now, most companies are trying to get out of people being people's healthcare. Oh, listen. The Reno Lake Tahoe place where y'all tried to stop the flood of tourists, which is dumb. And now Airbnb folks are racking up the dough. We just went looking for somewhere to go in Lake Tahoe, a group of us. That's why I'm laughing about it. I'm like, everything they're trying to do to big business, you cannot. American ingenuity, our whole business model in America is how can we get someone else to do it? How can we get somebody to do it quicker, cheaper, faster? How can we hop over a fence and get it done? That's why when I was in the class with people, I'm like, these people, as long as you have leads and you'll pay them with a paycheck, they're consistent. They rather do that every day of the week than actually have to go out and hunt dragons for themselves. What's up, Raleigh, North Carolina? What's good? Raleigh, Raleigh, Raleigh. Oh, yeah, the professional tenants. We've got a lot of people who, again, y'all think I'm being overly harsh on drivers and overly harsh on professional tenants because I'm in the real estate and trucking industry. But I know people who will spend their whole day searching every government website for freebies, giveaways, grants, everything you can think of, instead of figuring out a way to flip that on its head and go get a higher paying job, go get something, right? If you already got the government free housing at this point, go get something else, go do something else. Prime example, I've been in a little bit of argument, but not too much, on Nas Drew page. He posted about the woman in Charlotte getting the lottery money. And she took the lump sum. Instead of taking 20 years of $50,000, woman's in her 40s. That means in her 60s, she's straight. People are like, well, she not guaranteed to live 20 years, Erica. Take her money, YOLO. This lottery mentality is dangerous. It's dangerous. And people try to say, well, she can have investments. Honey, this is a woman that played lotto every day. She taking herself to the gas station to get some cigarettes and some lottery. She's not thinking about no investments. Please miss me with that. Y'all keep believing that, if I just had more money or a lump sum of money, I'd make better decisions. You have to make decisions with what's in front of you, with the choices in front of you. And people, again, what are you making decisions with, right? You have to really kind of open that up and think on it. But again, 400,000, people always bump up their lifestyle. So she'll live on 100 grand for 2 to 3 years. The rest she'll spend on vacations, and she'll be back to work in 3 years. They'll do an update story, and it'll be what it'll be. I know. People keep saying rich people ain't spending no money and they ain't buying no houses. And I'm like, listen. That's just not true. Look at Ben Model. Look at a lot of these people. Look at a lot of these real estate kids. They out here buying the biggest Texas house they can find, biggest Florida house they can find. Now, you go in their house, they ain't got the AC on, but they in there. They're keeping it cheap, but they in there. What's up, Sherry? I got you your information that I'm going to email for you later today. Oh, yeah. Again, Yelp will say Five Guys and all these restaurants are closed. You physically have to drive by there. There was this one place I wanted to try, and me and Ryan went there, and it was like, oh, they close at 9 o'clock, babe. I'm like, I don't believe that. Drove by there, boom, open till 11 o'clock. They're like, yeah, it just hasn't been updated. I'm like, come on, man. 18 days more to go. Listen, someone in our class earlier, their accountant or somebody told them to start a business in January, and I'm like, hush that noise. Listen, Sherlock Holmes, same thing. I have to literally go search on the computer what is the movie times. I used to be able to just see it from like, what is y'all actual movie times? Oh yeah, we open that day. We're open all the way through this time. Yeah, they're not black. They're Panamanian. All the Californians moving here to Nevada in the north that I know of are conservatives. Exactly. Listen, I'm telling you, like a lot of the people, there's a picture I took, but then I felt bad because It had her license plate on. I'm trying to figure out how to block it out with the little graphics. She had constitutional conservative, and she had a giant born and raised in California sticker on her car. So she left California because it was turning her stomach probably. But again, who are we getting, right? Congrats for selling your property. I mean, again, I'm a only sell if you really need it. Biz journal, yeah. I mean, again, I spend a lot of time in the daytime kind of buzzing through on my phone, and there's a video I put. It's probably coming up tomorrow or something. I recorded some videos with our team. Again, you want to change what's in your search bar or what's in your algorithm. Literally, you can have to spend 3 days to 4 days typing in that stuff in the search bar over and over again to kind of change what it's feeding you. Same thing on here on YouTube. I go on a different laptop. My YouTube's all roses and clouds and beautifulness. I go on my YouTube, my laptop, it's all like the world is collapsing. No one's getting married. I mean, it's like, get out of here, algorithm. Get this shit out of here, right? So you have to really force the computer to give you what you're looking for. Oh, they've been leaving Chicago. Minnesota too. Yeah, they're getting up out of Dodge. They're getting up out of Dodge. How do you guys feel about government proposal to make student loans bankruptable under a new Chapter 10? No. People that have a lot of student loans, the excuse that I can't buy a home because I have student loans, that usually doesn't hold up. I mean, a lot of people you see with student loans, they just keep deferring them forever, for real, forever, ever. I'm telling you, Florida, $1 million home stay on the market 3 to 5 days. People from all other countries and you name it are coming in and buying stuff. There you go. Thai World, tell them. A lot of potential buyers do not know they can actually qualify for a home, even at a 650 credit score. It just is what it is. Listen, Tam, I'm telling you, Tam, we're in the class and we're all just shocked because I'm sitting here showing city after city, state after state, $18 to $20 an hour. If I send some guy to go repair something, and I'm only going to pay him $25 an hour. Let's say he has to go for 4 hours. That's $100. I try to not send somebody for any kind of repair under $600, $600 to $1,000. So let's say I sent him for something that was $750. It took him 4 hours. So now I got to pay him $100, and $750 is the price. That means there's still $650 left over in profit for me. Let's say we do $650 every day times 30 days. I know that's a lot, but I just want to do it for the sake of the example. Let me get my calculator. So I know somebody can be like, she did the number wrong. 650 times 30 is $19,000, $19,500. Now let's say I pay him 100, right? It was 100, right? So 100 times 30. 100 times 30 is 3,000, right? But let's say he works $25. What did I say? $25 an hour times 160 hours for the month, which is 40-hour work week. That means he'll make $4,000 that month, and I would have made $19,500 that month. That's just one example. Now somebody's gonna be like, well, whoa. That could be cleaning company, that could be car repair, that could be fence repair, that could be a lot of things. Okay. So again, when I talk about Kamoy and different people coming on talking about $45 to $90 entry level tech jobs, and people give me friction, I don't understand it. When we're sitting here physically going through job description after job description, we're going on Glassdoor, we're researching and doing this for class, and the average person is making 35 to 40 grand a year. What are you talking about? All this friction you're giving me about businesses, and people like, oh, some people don't want to start a business. They just want to get a franchise, or they want to get step-by-step instruction. Honey, you want to spend $50K so you can get step-by-step instruction when most of you buy a franchise and what you already do anyway? That's crazy. Definitely hit that like button, y'all. Oh, yeah, architects. Yeah, listen, home appraisers. Y'all be getting on me about the home appraiser thing. Home appraisers. You making $450, to appraise a home for what? An hour, 2 hours? Come on now. Oh, this shirt, the Invest, it's that my favorite t-shirt company. I'll put it in the chat. Hold on. Blah, blah, blah. If you want the t-shirt I am wearing, plus that hoodie y'all really like that I always wear on the channel, there's the link inside the chat. Thank you, Todd Davis, for the $4.99 super chat. This is true. Law enforcement, I forgot. Law enforcement right behind them. Thank you so much for the $15 super chat. Enjoying the show on my way home. Thanks you, Mr. G, the recycling guy. Him sway. It's possible. It's quite possible. Wow. Vaccinations were mandatory for sponsorship for the sheriff's office when I went through the academy. Interesting. There you go. There you go. Exactly. A person will do what they do at $10, what they do at $100. It's small. I mean, again, we talk about passive income, and a lot of people be searching for the passive income stuff. And I think Linda did a show on it today, or not, I'm not mistaken. A lot of people sitting here talking about passive income, and they need to increase their active income. Let's say you take 10% of your income and you invest it, but you make $35,000 a year. That's only $3,000. $3,000 times 10% is like $30. I'm just doing rough math, and can tell you off the top of my head, like I was dumping $2,000 a month from my part-time job into investments for like a year and a half. So when people say like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna put this money," I'm like, "Honey, you need extra income to do that." And if I knew what I do now, I would have took that money and bought a rental. So anyway. Wow, Tyra, I know someone who announced to the group she was moving from Vegas to GA in April. She's been living there since retirement. I'm telling you, Vegas is nice, but it got expensive for the Californians coming there. And then, again, I was talking with somebody and they were talking about someone trying to sell them an Amazon FBA site. And I got on the phone with somebody as well. And I was laughing because I was like, someone's sitting here telling you, you give me 15 to 20 grand. I'm gonna start a site for you. I'm gonna get it up and running. I'm gonna do all this stuff. I'm gonna set up your ads. I'm gonna set up everything. And then I'm just gonna hand it off to you. How that gonna turn out, y'all? How that gonna turn out? That's not gonna turn out well. And let me tell you why it's not gonna turn out well. Because you did not do what it takes to start it. You don't know how to keep it. You don't know how to keep it running. Even if that person shows you day in and day out, oh, this is what I'm doing right now. You don't have the full components to make it run. So again, I'm just saying that off of the conversation I had with somebody. I was laughing. I was like, and also I put in the community tab, a guy had 400 rental properties. He let this woman be his property manager. And for a month, he didn't get money. He's like, okay, something's wrong. Then the second month, he didn't get his money. So he came up there and he flew into town and was like, what's going on? The day before he met her, she tried to kill herself. And the 400 rental properties, only 200 of them was full, about 250. Check out the video I put in the community tab. Old boy had 8 days before it was time for the first of the month for rent, had to start a property management company from scratch to try to collect all the rent from all his properties and go see all 400 properties. And the majority of them were empty and people had back orders and things need to be repaired. Again, you need to know how to run something before you just completely hand it off to somebody. And that's the tendency in our society is like, how can I get it to passive income, America? How can I make it so passive I don't do nothing? Do you know what you're paying for when you do that? I'm just saying, a lot of times people are like, hey, here's $5,000. I want to make it 30 grand. Nah, but that's not how that works. But people will learn. Oh, she said, I work at a vaccine distributor. Oh, goodness. Bless you, honey. Bless you. Call us when you stop coughing. We're concerned for you. I'm telling you, Anthony Johnson, don't you worry. You see, let's see in February, March. If you're in the rise of 20%, February, March, people are already, you guys. I've already this past weekend for the rise of 20%, people saw it. Went and saw multiple properties where they're selling the land that's facing a lake for $5,000. They already said, they like, here, we give me, I'm trying to get some money off of it. Just let it go already. And then I see some people coming in and building brand new single family homes facing the lake. Y'all, the deals are already starting to happen. You just need, even in the mobile home space, where I'm out here and I spoke to 120 mobile homeowners and people are like, yeah, I'm ready to sell. You just need to have some land for it to go. I mean, there were people who tried to give me deals this week, and I couldn't even take them because I had nowhere for the trailer to even go. I was like, damn, I can't even say yes to you because I don't even have nowhere for it to go. Thank you, Fonzo Will, for the $20 super chat. In your experience, would you suggest getting rentals first or getting our tractor and trailer? I make 80 to 100 now in Dallas as a driver. Ooh, that's a tough one. I honestly would go, just being me, being honest, I would go with the rental first, right? And then I would go and get the trailer next and then get the truck. That's the order I would do it in. Now, why am I saying this? Because the truck can have accidents, things can go wrong. Your credit, or credit levels can be affected if you're late on payments. I think getting the rental first, right? And having that in your portfolio and then getting the truck. Because yeah, let's say you're a driver and you get your own truck and you're making the truck gross to 20 to 24K a month, right? Before that's gross, not net. Now you have a LLC business that's making 20 to 24,000 a month. You could go then afford more items. But I would get the portfolio. I would get the property first. That's my personal opinion on that. But congrats on what you make as a driver, and if you can, save. Chicago. Mrs. Phoenix, our last live with Kamoy, I signed up for the free 10-week Cloud Technicians Boot Camp. Thank you for the help. Congratulations. Today is 45 degrees in Texas, and it's like hurricane winds. So I was out there like, I just can't take it. I was going to go to the store and get a chicken broth, and I couldn't even do it. I said, it's too cold. I can't take it. 45 degrees. In LA, they are locked down but deemed essential. Actors essential. The difference between essential and necessary. They keep them working because all the auxiliary businesses paying taxes. Lake effect. Yes. Exactly. Once you get into healthcare IT and certified, you can demand 110 an hour. Do y'all understand what I'm trying to say? I'm trying real hard to ring the bell and alert people. And next year, they're not going to care. I'm sorry. This year, everybody's like, oh my gosh, you got affected by the pandemic. You had to stay home from work. Your restaurant closed. Next year, they ain't hearing that. They ain't hearing it, y'all. They don't care next year. Next year is going to be a feeding frenzy for wholesalers and people who did not have their savings right. Again, a lot of people. Again, I told y'all the first, second, and third wave folks are going to hit Dodge. They're going to move into tiny houses. They're going to move into the woods. They're going to move into the little nowhere towns. Because again, if you and your husband, you both do internet work. Right now, somebody on my staff, their niece and nephew, had got jobs in Seattle at the beginning of this, right? Well, then the office is all closed. And they said you can work from home. So they went back to Kansas City to stay around friends and family because who knows what was going to happen. And they work from home and they're getting more money, but still in Kansas. Come on, y'all. It's just, you have to really pay attention. What can you and her do, right? So now they're living in Kansas. They done got promoted and a new job. Come on now. What I got in here? Oh, listen, I'm telling you. TAM, automation, cloud computing, cloud security. Get in it. Get in there. CDC, I forgot. Y'all have it down there. Sales engineers are getting paid. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It may be. It may be. Let me go ahead and tell you right this. Earlier this year, I'm gonna go find the graph. I'm not gonna misquote the numbers, but private plane membership went through the roof. People joining private plane clubs, and if you don't know what that is, let's say it's 10 families. They all kind of go in on one plane. One plane, maybe 300,000 used, way more not used, and a lot of them are pilots in that group and rotate. It happens more than you think. More than you think. And then when you go on a private plane, you don't go through all the airport security. You go on the backside. There are people I know who only fly private. They live in Miami, and that's all they do. They don't go on. They don't even go basic anymore. They either drive or they fly private. That's it. Listen, vet people. Even then, you need a watcher watching the watch. I mean, I'm telling you, do. You need to get to 6 figures active income before passive income sources make sense in most cases. This is true. Love this show. I'm not taking the vaccine. I'm an IT worker remote. Thank you, some dude. Lots of vitamin C. Lots of vitamin C. Honey, they selling all kind of stuff. They selling their drawers on Facebook Marketplace. They selling cars. They're selling houses. They're selling planes. They selling everything y'all can think of. I'm not even joking. I've reached out to 125 people in one day. What you selling? What you got? Erica, let me know when you need some land for trailer home. Listen, Tam, I'm trying to find some land right now. Thai World, all things legal real estate. I'm telling you, my trucks are parked on land. I know other people who need to park their trucks. I know other people who need to park all kind of things. A lot of deals that were opening up this week, I couldn't take them because I just had nowhere to put the trailer, right? I could find somebody who could repair them. I could find somebody who could move the trailer for $1,000, $2,000. I just had no land to put them. So I couldn't do anything. So again, it's one of those things. In Connecticut, you need a home, 300,000, and you still owe 30,000 a year, or it's gone. Taxes, yes, that's true. I mean, again, my thing of that, if you're in Connecticut, 30,000 divided by 12 months is what? Let's see. Because I know y'all have some crazy taxes. So I'm not trying to play it off like y'all don't. Right? So that's $2,000 a month in taxes, property taxes. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, if you're going to live up north and you've chosen to live up north, you need something that's going to pay you residual income. And that's why when people talk about it, I'm like, you first need a job that's active income. You keep stacking that money wherever, whether it's dividend stocks or rental properties, and you go live. Uh-oh, watch out now. That's a lot of acres. You know, some parts of the South, yes. A lot of parts of the South improving, satellite, all kind of stuff. Passport bros, man. Them passport bros love going overseas. Passport, yeah. Oh, Brittany, if you had 75,000 to 100,000 in credit, would you put it in a rental or Airbnb? Airbnb, because I can always convert the Airbnb to a long-term rental. Hard to go in the reverse. If you have a long-term tenant, now you got to get this out. You got to clean up. You got to add all these additions to make it luxury Airbnb. I'm just telling you right now, the land I was looking for near the Dallas area was for Airbnb. Some of it was for trailers and some of it was to put Airbnb style stuff on it, but that's a whole nother thing. Congrats, Big Rig, Drew Martin. I'm glad you're doing well with your big rig. Alexander, you can contact our office for real estate purposes. I don't have my email list here, but you can go admin@texasbeaconre.com and we can talk. What up? Thank you, D, for the $5 super chat. Get your cash and credit lines up. Lines of credit on HELOC have opened up even for rentals only for a short time. I believe so. Yes. Listen, tell them. Even Costco talked about starting or actually started a private jet service. Let me tell you right now, I am working on getting my private pilot's license for various reasons. One, I need a hobby, a good hobby. And two, it's a different level. The people you even meet while you taking class, just money, money, money. It's crazy. They're older dude, got money, just living their best life. Hey, what are you trying to do, honey? I'm over here trying to do this. Let me introduce you to my friend Blase Blase across town. It's crazy. Yep. Yep. They don't do the TSA nonsense, y'all. Let me tell you, okay? And it used to be the Wild West with planes back in the 70s and 80s. Now it's a lot more calm. But yeah, big money. Big money does planes. Thank you, Super Slot 75 for the $5 super chat. If you want to go look at some funny videos, go check out his channel, y'all. There you go. Listen, Mark A, it's a different life. Please go in SQL server. Windows BI tools are my thing, but learning Oracle now, and we'll start learning a seizure. Please look into it. No vaccine here. I got a nonprofit called Women in Lux. I teach infrastructure. Tam, connect with Sherry, the business plan writer. You never know, Josh. Virginia got 35 acres for. Listen, you can go to Arkansas and get 150 acres for 300,000. Just telling you. Hold, it all depends. It all depends. Some stuff you can get for 15, some you can get 20, some you get 30. Thank you. $5 super chat. T Will Man for Hire. And again, if you want to message me, you can message me there. My cousin bought Riverside property, 15 acres with a home for 155,000 Virginia Beach. It's possible. Yep. Capella, what do you mean? How much is it? It depends. I mean, literally Google it right now. You'll be shocked. A lot of you who live in Florida, you guys are inundated with those things. I mean, there's private clubs in Florida all over the place. Texas is another big one because we had so many oil rig folks. Lots of people out here doing the private plane club thing all over. Because most popular routes are like Texas to Las Vegas to Los Angeles, right? Florida to the Carolinas, or Florida's to Virginia, Florida's to, you name it, Atlanta. So there's a lot of them out there. You can definitely check them out. But the point of my thing was, you need to figure out, in the grand scheme of things, do you want to thrive next year, or do you want to just survive? And I just cannot. I don't know how to tell y'all. I'm not here to survive next year. I'm here to thrive. I'm already charting out, planning out what my next year looks like. And a lot of you have to decide, right? A lot of people want to be comfortable and just sit home and chill, and you're chilling more than you want to invest or strategize your year. You know what I mean? Yes, Capel, I have tax lien courses. The other one is for people who want to invest in real estate with me. That's that admin for that. Oh, next year is really do or die, for sure. For sure. Uh-oh, watch out, Tam Tam. If you were born before 1984, you don't need a boating license. Your grandfather did. So again, I mean, there's just a lot of stuff you guys need to be aware of and prepared. You know what I'm saying? This is true. I mean, again, listen. So here's the thing. There's a million ways to win. Choose one, right? And I'm going to just keep it 100 to you. Least control, most control. Least control, REITs, investments, stocks, dividend stocks, precious metals. Least control. You cannot control what the price is going to be. You cannot. You cannot. That's on that end. More control, partnerships. The most control, you starting the company, you running the advertising, even people who have franchises. If you did not notice, there was a lot of franchise issues this year, right? Because franchise wants you to pay that franchise fee. But again, it's just one of those things, y'all. It's just one of those things. Thank you, Other Z, for the $5 super chat. Brittany Jackson, no, I don't have class on Airbnb. There's 5,000 people who have class on Airbnb. You can go on Instagram right now and find one. Compel, honestly, what do you want? What do you need? What do you need? I mean, really, what do you need? What do you need? What are you asking for? When there's multiple sites on a person, it's because social proof. So you know they're a real person and they do real business. Here you go. You can go here. There you go. If you want to look for anything I have course-wise, there you go. Right there. So, I mean, the biggest thing, let's see what this says. Hello, I'm a company driver looking to be owner-operator. I know someone with a bill collector on the phone background. Is that background for someone to get into freight brokering, etc.? Charles Smith, it could be. It could be. Here's the thing. Freight brokering is so easy, you can do it from your phone. My 14-year-old nephew dispatched my driver via Uber Freight. It's not like this groundbreaking knowledge technology. And I'm not trying to be a-hole. Literally, it takes a little bit of focus, a little bit of like learning the business, making sure you get paid, making sure BOLs are printed out if you're on the road. It's not as complicated as people make it out to be. But I mean, again, customer service, getting on the phone. I mean, you literally could plan out your driver's next 2 weeks on the phone with Uber apps, Uber Freight, and be done with it. Now, does he need lumper fee or lumper fee code? Yeah, you can go on there and send it to him, different things like that. Short-term stage is good. Short-term stage is good. Big Boy franchise lost their franchise over 50 years because the governor closed indoor dining again and they refuse control, just like you said. Yeah. You're just not going to get that. But again, what are your plans for next year? And I'm going to just say this, and this is no disrespect because we're going almost an hour here. Super Slide with the video said, I don't need YouTube to live, y'all do. And this is just you want to be in a position. Okay. You want to be in a position where you are able, regardless if this computer works or not, to make income. Okay. Regardless. Everybody's chasing to do the online businesses and online this and that. Can you make money whether this computer works or not? And a lot of things what people don't understand, they underestimated about restaurants is, oh yeah, we're doing all these restrictions to restaurants. People like to go out of their house and not cook. We've been having that for 20 plus years. So people will find a way to go have a date night or go somewhere for someone else to cook for them. It just is what it is, right? So restaurants can make it because the restaurant owner, as long as he has the food and a little bit of staff to make it run, they'll make it. They'll be fine. It's one of those things where I try to get you guys to understand the most control is the person who owns the company and can get leads into the business. Leads control is everybody along that list, from employee to everything else. It just is what it is, right? A lot of these business owners that you see had to close down. Oh, Erica, they're going to lose the shirt off their backs. Yeah, but a lot of them will restart over something tomorrow. They'll start another thing. They'll start another thing tomorrow. Jabras, I mean, what is prepping? I just tell people being prepared. Having Band-Aids and extra food in your house. There's nothing wrong with that. So again, you have to figure out a way to make this work for y'all regardless. Whether this all goes away tomorrow, guess what? I'm still going to make them trucks run, right? I'm still going to make sure the rental properties run out. I'm going to go do what? I'm going to call, run, text people. I'm going to do a lot of stuff, mobile notary, all kind of things. I don't need this. I enjoy this. I have fun with this. It helps pay bills. It's a great income source. It's a 6-figure plus business. But you have to understand, y'all need skills this year coming up that don't require you if you have to go to office. If they want to fire you, so what? Keep it moving. You go on to the next thing. So again, thank you, Tam, for $24 super chat. First rule prepping, don't tell people you're prepping. Exactly, because you'll have cousins all at your door. I did the Megan Thee Stallion video because, yeah, we can point at Megan Thee Stallion and she's rich and people are chasing her. But here's the thing. That happens every day on lower levels. Google in your Google search, siblings asking for money. Siblings asking awkward questions. Tons of people in their 50s saying how they tried to call their siblings and they wouldn't give them money. 50 years old? You in your 50s? Now, I'm not saying relationships with siblings aren't tight, but by the time you're 50, you've made a series of decisions that has gotten you where you are. Nothing wrong with your siblings helping you, but a series of decisions usually have shown you where you are. I just got my Florida notary license and looking to make a website. Man, Rebel Zoe, you literally can get on Google Places and do a couple different things and market your business. Stop it, Floyd. Floyd's always talking about Atlanta. You're going to get banned from Atlanta. I mean, Lucky Mom, it's all, listen, it's all paper. It's all opportunity. These are things you can do from your phone. Get 10%. Other day, I was talking to somebody and I was saying, you book a driver for $7,000 worth of work that week. You're going to get 10%, depending on the contract. And that's $700. And someone kind of was like, that's all? Well, imagine you have 10 trucks. I know a guy right now who's dispatching 12 reefer trucks. That's a lot of money. That's not a little bit of money. Getting $7,000 in a week is not a little bit of money, right? And so we have to really kind of reset our expectation level because, again, you have all these people making $3,000 a month, yet you tell them something that can make them $7,000 to $5,000 in a week, and they kind of get like a little attitude. And you have to really check yourself on that because it's like disregarding something. That's what it is. A lot of it is disregarding from doing something. Oh, well, that's only going to make you this much money. Again, you have to really listen to how y'all are talking about it. This is true. Willing to start small. Who is this in here making up some craziness? Okay, I think I blocked him. John Williams, congratulations. Farm and a farm stand. People still need food. They need food. North Carolina is real big and popular on farmers markets and farm stands. Again, now you can have an online website, or Instagram and market your goods that way too. There's a lot of people looking for CSA, community supported agriculture. Again, so that's all. I mean, it's going on an hour, but I just had to really break that out to y'all because I think I was just shocked today when we were looking at prices, right? 18 to 20 bucks an hour versus the guy who runs the company is going to make 100 to 50 to 200 bucks an hour. So it's one of those things you have to really absorb that. So thanks everybody for being on here tonight. And MM tickets, yeah, you guys are wild in here in the chat. So anyways, you guys, this is your girl Erica from the Classic Line Blog. Thank you for everybody who super chatted and supported the show tonight. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in the next one.